So people are being pushed out of low-income neighborhoods because now those neighborhoods are becoming high-income neighborhoods.
Rent has affected me in various ways, honestly, from just my day-to-day life. 4 families have moved out from my street on 73rd Street and Northwest 14th Avenue since November.
They forced us out of that property. And they didn't take all of it, they just took enough.
Areas that would receive loans for purchase of housing would be rated according to their risk. And the areas that were the most risky were color-coded red on maps. So that's where the notion of redlining comes from.
Long years ago, we were not allowed past 36th Street. When you got past 36th Street, you were in high society. Not only 36th Street, there was a lot of places that we could not go as colored people. We could go on the beach. You had to have if you worked on the beach, you had to have a green card and a health card. Now, right on 62nd Street, off of 12th Avenue, they had what was called the wall. And you cannot be caught on the other side of the wall when dark came. You had to be on your side. They tore it down, but it's still a little part there left to let you know that that wall was still there.
In addition to the fact that it's just really unaffordable, there is gentrification, and the people that are moving in are of a much higher income than the ones who were living there before. And so now, as a result, the prices of everything in those neighborhoods is going up. And a big kind of a poster child for gentrification in Miami is Wynwood, but it's also well underway in the West Grove and in Overtown. We're starting to see the effects of it in places like Little Haiti and Liberty City as well.
It shouldn't be allowed that because of certain creatives or whatever term you want to put on the people that are moving here, it should not be the case that we who are trying to make a difference cannot afford the rent here just because, whatever types of populations are trying to live the Miami lifestyle or they like what Miami is. Like, the people who are born and raised here we have a stake, and we should be able to designate what's happening with our neighborhood.
It's an economic structural problem. There's nowhere people can move to now, anywhere in South Florida, where they're going to be able to afford the rent if they're only making minimum wage or if they're only living on Social Security. And if they are finding those places, it's not going to be a good quality place.
I was paying $1,500 a month for rent, right? New owners bought the location where I live. They took the rent up $200 more. So now my rent is $1,700 for 3 bedrooms. That is too high. I can't afford it.
So that's why rent control is so important for renters so they can afford where they live, if that was implemented.
And so we are accomplishing that by developing something called a community land trust in Liberty City.
When somebody sells their house, it's important that the community retain control of the land. Why? Because then the community gets to decide who gets the house, what they pay for the house, how affordable the house is, what the rent of the house is going to be, what kind of person gets to live there, what community will it serve, what demographic all of these decisions are made by the community.
The land trust is going to be a way not only for people to communally own land, but also to have affordable housing in their neighborhood. And we're developing a 3-unit apartment building on that land right now. It's going to be 1 unit for an extremely low-income family, 1 unit for 4 transitionally housed LGBTQ homeless youth, and 1 market-rate unit to help us pay the bills on the other 2.
And it helps recreate the culture of a neighborhood. Well, that's a new thinking for us. And it's a wonderful thinking. You got to fit in. You can't be separate and try to change a neighborhood if it has deep rooted cultural roots. You want to fit in. You want to grow what made them great and made them wonderful with a heritage and a history. And you want the children and grandchildren of the neighborhood to see why their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents built a community, loved the community, became part of the community, and helped mold that city's future. So I think it's the responsibility of affordable housing developers and for-profit developers to become part of your neighborhoods, to build up your community, to become serious civic activists and make your community a better place than you found it.
And more people really begin to see this place as a place that they want to be a part of, that they want to write the origin story of. And they see an opportunity to make Miami a temple to their values. Then we're going to see the changes being made for the better. I'm going to stay because I think that we're going to be able to take care of these challenges in time. And I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but I believe that we're going to do it. And I think that Miami is worth making that leap of faith for.